Yeah. Broco.
Broco, we in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Broco. Don't break broco. Broco. We in that mode. We in that mode, everything I'm doing with you, so we build a bigger picture. You was my bro, everything I'm building with you, so the family is richer. They better ask us about it, they know that we bought it, so they better not press with no issue. Oh, no, mess with one of us, that's two of us, that's coming at you though. If the two of us ain't feeling you, the three of us on go. If you come to play with three of us, we bout to let it blow. And we handing out that smoke, cause it's broco. We in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone.
What up? It's your boys again this week. I'm saying, if you don't know who we are, we can tell you in one single phrase, Bro. Shouts out to our followers on Facebook, Instagram, I'm saying YouTube, Apple.
Broco,
what's up,
we
guys?
love
What's
you.
going on, baby? How was your
Facebook.
week?
Hey, good week, man.
Good week.
Glad
Good
to be
week.
here.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Yes.
So we gonna dig in this thing. Like, I
Jump
feel
right
like,
into it.
I
Hold
feel,
on,
yeah,
is this about to be a serious topic?
I think
a
it's
real
gonna be a
serious one?
serious topic.
You see his face.
Listen, you know
Yeah.
how I get. So that's why, we gonna get into this thing a little deep because I just feel like this is a topic that we need to touch on because you know what I'm saying it brings awareness to to check ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like self-check.
Right.
Sometimes you have to do a self-check to see.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We expect so much of the people who we with, but then do we have that same motivating skill to be able to do the same thing?
True.
So the topic today is gonna be, it's easy to tear our mates down, but do we have the skills and the patience to build them up?
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that one more time.
That's
so
a
they
big
make
one.
sure they
So-
hear it.
Give it
Once
to him again.
It's easy to tear our mates down, but do we have the patience and the skills to build them up?
Ooh. That's a tough one.
Okay, so I'll admit, I think one of the main things that sticks out to me with this topic is patience, because no matter what we going through, we all different.
Right.
So we all gonna gravitate to things different, whether it's problems, whether it's growth, whether it's goals, dreams. We all gonna gravitate to it different.
True.
Okay, but if you with someone that you feel like it's gonna be this long-term partner with you, or somebody you truly deeply care about, okay, but they struggling a little bit, okay, you know where you at. You know how long it took you to get there, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, you good and you like rolling. But then it's just like basically like driving a car, okay? You know all three of your tires have a lot of air in it, but you still got one that got that little slow leak. And you know it's gonna be a couple miles before you get to the next station before you put some air in it. So do you basically have that patience, you know what I'm saying, to drive at a speed where you know it's not gonna bust, or you gonna be rushing? So same thing with dealing with the people who you with. You know what I'm saying? You might be with this chick, you know what I'm saying? Let's use one of the most common ones. She's going to school to be a nurse. You know, it takes for a minute. Okay, so it may be a thing where you may have to carry the load.
Right.
It may be some things that she may not have time to do. Or you that dude that's going to be patient enough to wait for the outcome. Or you're going to be like, you know what? I ain't got time for that, man. I'm where I want to be at right now. So by the time she catch up, then, you know, if it meant to be, it'll be.
So I think that's definitely a situational assessment, right? So if you're dating in that situation, like the nurse, because I was there, you see the long-term picture, right? You see the big picture, right? The goal, right? It can go either way. You can be there for her and help her get to where she's trying to get to. And then when she gets there, it's like you were never there, right? And on the flip side, you have some that will acknowledge the fact that you was there, right? So it's like as men, we're always going to have, because that's how we're wired, right? As men, we're wired to go get, we're wired to have, we're wired to be able to provide, all of those things, right, that they talk about, right? We always be able to do that. And then when we do that, sometimes it's not reciprocated. So that's a tough one, right? Because it's like you've done trying to help, and it's like, boom, when the end comes, what? So then what do?
You mentioned flip side, right? And you gave two scenarios, but it's crazy because there's another flip side, right?
Right.
What if you're patient and they don't get there, right? So you know, so what happens when you're dating a woman? She has these aspirations, expectations. I'm in retail right now. I want to get out of retail. If I'm going to get married, I want to get out of retail and I'm going to go in the medical field. I want to be a nurse, right? And then as a man, we talk about patience, right? We have the skills that we have to do what it takes to support.
True.
You support her. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. No progression, right? But you support it all these years.
Right.
Then what happens then? Like, is it still patience? Is it still, you know? So it's like you gotta say to yourself, like, you can see potential, and we all see potential in a woman that we like or a person that we're dating, right? And hopefully they see potential in us.
True
Right?
statement.
And that's what makes the relationship keep going, because you see that potential. But how long before you say, you know what, my patience is wearing thin?
So in a situation like that, does the potential and the patience turn into, oh, I know he got me. I know he gonna take care of me. I know he gonna take care of us. You know what I'm saying? Because by that time, it's more than just you and her at that point. You know, it turns into 1 or 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Or 4.
Right.
So now it's no longer just us. It's, okay, we're a whole family now.
Right.
And I'm carrying more of the load than what I was supposed to.
Right.
So now how do we
So is that patience?
move forward?
Is that perseverance? What is that?
So I got a quick story.
Right.
Quick story. So I was engaged before I was married.
Right.
So I had been married before, but I've been engaged.
Right.
Right. So I started college, and my fiance, she was actually there a year before me. Right. So and ironically, I actually stayed in college for 5 years because, like, once I got, you know what I'm saying, to the end, I was like, man, I ain't ready to work, right?
Right.
So I stayed in school an extra year doing, like, you know, I was coaching and stuff like that. So I had money coming in, so I stayed 5 years, right? So mind you, now she started a year before me, and I stayed in school for 5 years, right? So I graduated, and she was still there, right?
And she was there before you.
She was there before me. So I decided, okay, so I went back home, came back to the A, you know, did some more studying, I did some certifications, got a job, right? So I was working, bought a house, bought a ring, proposed, right? And I started paying, stupid.
No. You learning experience.
Yeah.
Learning experience. Right. Cause we all been there.
Pay for school.
Right.
You know, pay for school.
Yeah.
And apartment.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So you paying a mortgage and apartment.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. So now we fast forward a year later. She still don't finish. Right.
That's some real patience.
So I say, hey,
Very.
you gotta move up here with me, right? And go to school.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm still working. She go to school, so I'm paying. So I'm paying for school and everything or whatever, right? And she's kind of working a little bit, bartending and stuff like that. But she still don't finish.
She was living that real student life.
So at that point, you know what I mean, when I say tear down, like I was like, I started not to focus on her anymore. Right? It was I didn't tell her that, but I was like, man, this is it. She was there, but I was pretty much out the door.
Yeah.
Where did you get the wherewithal at that age to say, you know what, I'm gonna support this woman in that way?
Right, because that's what you was what 20 in your 20s.
Yeah, but once I commit, like I said, I'm a provider.
Right.
And then I'm a, you know what I'm saying, like right now, you would say like I'm the go-to person for my family. I'm a family dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when people in my family need me, I'm the one, right?
Yeah.
True.
And once I commit, you know what I'm saying, to you, then I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, do what I can.
Carry that load.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be that Atlas.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna work.
Right.
I'm gonna do extra stuff, whatever, to make stuff get done.
Yeah.
Right. And so at an early age, I was burned. You know what I'm saying? Because I put everything in. I was all in.
We all, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was at
But at an older age, you're still that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more cautious though.
I mean, I don't feel like I need to be as cautious. I mean, now. I fully trust my mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do like this particular topic is on like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What's the topic again? Make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, make sure you saying it's easy to tear them down, but do you have the
Right.
patience to get
To
to
build
build them
them
up?
up.
Right, and I think once you in with somebody, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, maybe the reason it's easy to tear them down is because you know them a lot, right? So you go outside your relationship and you can't, like I can't necessarily tear the next person down because I might not know everything about them.
Right.
Right, I know a lot about my mate because like now I've been with her for 11 years, right? Well, actually married 11 years, been with her 13, 14 years, right? So you know so much about them. And sometimes with I guess with people in general, you tend for some reason, we got to figure it, maybe we can figure it out in this conversation. Like, why do we tend to tear people down that's closest to us, right? And then the people that's not as close to you kind of, I don't know if you hold them in a higher regard or whatever, right? But the people that's close to you, sometimes you'll kind of shade them or something.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I mean?
I think it's because you're with them day in and day out, so you really know that person.
Right.
You know that person. You know their movements. You know their energy. So it may be a little easier to tear someone down. Have I ever tore someone down? Yes, I have. You know,
We all have at some point.
I think we all
was
have,
young.
right?
Yeah. We was all young.
We all, and it's easier to tear someone down that you see every day. You know that person. You know, but it's also easier to tear someone down when you see that person's potential and they're not getting there.
Okay, let me talk. Let me talk. On
That's
this.
what I was gonna
Okay,
say.
so true story. Okay, met this chick. She came to me when I first and one thing we have to pay attention to. This what we were talking about last show with the red flags. Okay, sometimes those red flags present themselves, but they can be disguised.
True.
So I'm saying that's why we have to pay close attention to the actual person as they move. Okay, so when I first met the chick, you seemed like you was that chick that had everything going, and so I'm like, okay, you know, you got everything going for yourself. Cool. I'm saying so this more of a partnership type thing. You know what I'm saying, because you got your own car, your own crib. You know, you're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, one thing I really got to do is step in and, we mend things together on how we trying to move forward. True. Okay. But then you run into some bad luck. So now you lose everything.
Ooh.
So my mindset is like, okay, here I am, this dude over here, I'm single with this big old house, you know what I'm saying, and it's just me. Okay. So my mindset was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be that dude that I'm gonna reach out to you. Like, you know what? I know you having a hard time, you struggling. Let me help you.
That was
Okay.
real.
Is that move her in?
Yeah, I did.
That was real
Okay.
man stuff right
I'm
there.
saying I moved it in. Okay, because I'm like, okay, I don't want you on the street or whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking like, okay, this somebody that I feel like eventually wife material.
If you move them
You know
in,
what I'm saying? Right.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
Wife
That's a
material.
big.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at. But then as the years, I'm saying, as it start growing and everything, I'm looking at you like, okay, all right, so at this point, like, you need to be getting a better job because like I'm putting the bills around here and everything, you know, carrying this load, you know what I'm saying? Like the load on carrying you before you came here, it was just me.
Right.
But what
You know
was
what I'm
your,
saying?
when you moved her in, did y'all sit and talk about those expectations?
Right. Listen, that's what I'm saying. So when I moved you in, you was like, right now, you know what I'm saying, I'm down, but when I get back up, you know what I'm saying, things are gonna be better. Okay? So I'm taking your word at that. You know what I'm saying? But the more I'm putting in energy, the more I'm putting in effort, the more I'm putting in money, okay, you receiving it. But that what you saying ain't lining up with your actions. You know what I'm saying? So like AC just say, it's crazy when you see that potential, you know what I'm saying, in the person and they not moving to the point where you feel like, you know what, you better than that.
Bruh.
So the biggest thing about it is I'm that dude that I'm gonna always say, you know what, it's been a couple months. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, well, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta give me a little time because, you know, I'm trying to do a little something. Yeah, you're trying to do a little something, but it's calling me a lot of something.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm
need you
saying?
to do a lot
Right,
of
you know what something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a lot. So I need you to, you know what I'm saying, boost that up a little bit.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
and I know you can do it.
Right.
Yeah. So at what point did at some point did you start breaking her down or
So,
like, to stay on
I
the
said that to
topic?
say this. So now I'm constantly, you know what I'm saying, trying to motivate you the whole time. Like, listen, you know what? You that chick, I think you can do this. You know what I'm saying, for the fact of the matter, she doing, you know what I'm saying, certifications and different things like this. Okay, you doing all these certifications, but yet and still the job that you picking ain't bringing no money in. So now I'm still, okay, it's cool that you doing this, but do something that's gonna bring money in to the fact that I still don't feel like it's just me. You know what I'm saying, because at that point, it's not about tearing you down. It's about, okay, are you really here for help, or you just here to mooch out till you get where you try to get to?
What
And
Yeah.
one of the biggest things that I think that probably was the most hurtful part about it is once you finally got to that potential part that I thought that I seen on that level, and you got to the point where you back, okay, I'm good now, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. Guess what? Guess who was in the trash? Me.
So I can definitely align with what you just said because I've been there too. Like seeing potential in somebody and even helping them to that extent because, you know, they were there for you for at a certain period, right? So moving them in, allowing them to occupy your space.
Oh, you did the same thing?
And yeah, I did the same thing in my younger years.
Okay.
You know, in my younger years. So like, you know, we always, as men, we always take that dive and we get burned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know my story.
Just like you was paying tuition and stuff.
Right.
Hey, you know, I'm taking care of the bills by myself already. So it's like, okay, you need to find yourself. You need a little help because you're not getting help nowhere else, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I got you.
Right.
Because you helped me at a certain period of,
Yeah.
you know. So let me return the favor.
Right.
You know, because that would be selfish to not, right?
Right.
It would be selfish. So, you know, off and on for a certain amount of time, and then this comes up, okay, boom, I got you. You move in, I got the bills because I already had the bills. Get yourself together. So you make a half-hearted attempt to get yourself together. And I see like the surface stuff, you know, because I'm not the investigator immediately, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, I got class. Oh, I'm finna go to work. Okay, cool, because I'm at work for like 10, 12 hours a day. Because now my mindset is I got to get it for 2. I ain't got to get it for 1.
Right.
And it's actually more than that because I got the 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset. So then when 1 and 1 ain't making 2, it's like, okay, what's going on? Right. So now we got to do a little investigation. So then when you start investigating, so this wasn't a, oh, help me out, help me get myself together. This was a, oh, I know I can come up here and then you going to make sure I'm straight.
That's opportunities.
Right.
It's a problem.
A real problem, right?
Yeah.
Because you did it out of purity,
Yeah.
you know, from the heart.
Right.
And you did it from, you know, pure, oh, I'm finna take advantage of the situation.
Right. Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, yeah, you can tear them down and be like, you ain't this, you ain't that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you rather just cut your losses and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But is it really that simple?
It's not. It's definitely hard because you rather do the latter. You definitely would. But it's like, what do you gain from that? Right? Because for me, from my perspective, like doing stuff from the heart, even though the other person's, intentions wasn't pure, you win out in the end. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to be negative and voice your dissatisfaction with them, and because you were operating from a place of purity. Like, oh, I'm really trying to help you because you don't have no options.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So one of the main things that I think about when it comes to stuff like this is, saying, when you first, like, I think we have to evaluate the actual situation.
True.
Because if we doing it out of the thought of blessing somebody, helping somebody, then it's good. But I feel like with the situation, the person who's actually in it should be a little more open, which they're not going to be.
No,
they're not going to be. But at the same time, women always say, well, if you want to do this, at least give me that option to make that decision that I want to do that. Okay? And I feel like it should be the same thing in this right here. If you come to somebody with help, and you going through something, and your intentions are really not those intentions that you portray them to be, then give that person that opportunity to decide, you know what, I really want to help her, but I'm going to cut it off at this point. Okay, don't have me doing all this stuff to help you out, and then I'm like, you know what, that chick was no good, she didn't do but you. Nah, because I don't want to think like that. I'm saying I want to be able to have that same feeling of that I help you and bless you with something to see you prosper, not have that same feeling of seeing you prosper, and now I'm mad because that blessing that I gave you, you blessing somebody else.
And that's tough because, again, as men, we do stuff, from the heart. We don't look for any return.
Right.
Some of us. Some of them do.
I was like, whoa, you sure?
Let me switch that up.
Yeah,
some
sure?
of us, not all.
I mean, just being honest, it's a good percentage that's looking for something.
It is.
We talked about flying somebody in from it.
Oh, yeah. Now that's different. That's different.
You looking for something.
Right. But when you talking about somebody that you're talking to, right? Somebody you're dating, right? And you want to see them prosper. So, and you're in a position to kind of help them, right?
But
you do that.
Yeah, you do it, and then I guess in the end, you still may be looking for, if you in a similar position, right? That person is there to help you, right? Because once you're in a committed, relationship, and you're a partnership, right? It's some times where you're gonna be down and out.
True.
Or it's gonna be problems. You're gonna be looking for that person.
Yeah.
Hey, I need help.
Right.
And then if they can't help you, then and you end up doing it all by yourself.
Again, yeah.
Right. Then you're gonna be looking at that person like,
do I really need you?
Okay, so let me ask you this, because you just made a good point. I'm saying, and I think one of the problems is once again it goes back to the person. You might be that dude that say, hey, I need help. She might be that chick that ain't used to that. Ain't used to helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? She used to that dude like need help, and he go out and find other means of doing it.
Yeah, man.
So we as men, how do we, preach to these guys like, if you need that help, it's okay for you to say you need that help.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you know what I'm saying, every single person is gonna need some help from somebody.
True statement.
Right. So and if you with a lady, right, that can't help you in that situation, then you with the wrong person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you start thinking, you need to reevaluate that whole relationship, right?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, once you get, all the sex and everything else out the picture, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you say, hey, I need your help with whatever it is, right? If she can't help you, then it's a problem.
You know what? And Rico, it's good you point that out. It's good we're talking about this, because you can have the woman that will help you when you say, hey, I need help. Then you got the type of woman that knows that you may be prideful as a man and may not want to ask for help, but she knows you need help.
So then, how do you break that? How do you break that cycle So I'm saying, at what point do you, I'm saying, you feel like she should know my man need help?
For me, if you getting up going to work every day, and I'm getting up going to work every day, and you know we got bills in this house every month, you know I need help because it's two of us living in here, and only one person taking care of the bills. No, bro.
Yeah, I mean
That math don't math.
Yeah, but even outside of that, like you can live, you can work, and then your lady cannot work, right? And then you can change your lifestyle and,
True,
and make
true.
right. You can make you just live below.
But I don't want to, Rico.
You know,
that's the thing.
I'm just saying, right? You know what I'm saying? But you
Right.
got to realize that everything is better with two.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You can move forward a lot faster.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But outside of the money type things, right? It could be emotional. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be where all of a sudden maybe you having some family problems with your mom or your dad or brother or sister or something like that. And your lady, she got to know that you're having some kind of issue, hurting or whatever, right? And she got to be able to come and help you emotionally, not even necessarily from a money standpoint. You know, everybody we always talk about money,
Right.
So she got to be like, "Hey, I got your back."
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And whatever. Oh. And she got money too. Oh, I got your back, and then I'm gonna take you somewhere so you can just decompress.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So you don't have to get
State of mind, be
right,
peaceful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not only the money type stuff, right?
Exactly. It's
And
emotional.
right.
It's emotional.
So you need to have a person, a mate that knows you that deeply.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on that, man, because I think one of the biggest things that's important to us as men, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of women don't even understand this, so I hope the ones that are looking to pay attention to what I'm about to say. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's easy to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what's funny, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was like, you know what? I said, what's that? She said, you hide your pain so good.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what you mean? She said, you stay so busy. You do so much stuff that nobody really thinks that you have issues or have pain. I was like, but sometimes when you talk, most people's like, you know what? Dang, you know what I'm saying? That dude knows a lot. They never say, wow, he been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's hurting inside. So we as men, we got to be able to express, like I say, I really know, a lot of men be like, well, you know what, man, you know, I don't have time to be all vulnerable and stuff. But a lot of women basically, you know what I'm saying, I feel like if a lot of men, if you take that time, you know what I'm saying, to let a woman, if a woman hurts your feelings, you know what I'm saying, yeah, it's cool, like, you know what I'm saying, forget all that, man, it's all good. No, if she hurt your feeling, bro, let her know that. You know what I'm saying, because I'm that dude, you know what I'm saying, regardless how simple it is, if you give me if you say something to me and it's something that really makes me like, you know what, like really said that, I'm gonna let you know that, like, you know what, I feel like you could have said that better, or you know, that really hurt my feelings. Because a lot of women think, they're like, you know what, do men really have feelings? Yeah, we have feelings.
That's a true statement.
Oh my God.
A lot of women feel like men are so busy being macho and being men that they don't allow themselves to feel or hurt. When that's probably true for some,
Yeah.
but for others, you know, if we show emotion or feelings, then we're not men.
Yeah.
Charm.
We soft.
You're soft.
We're
You're
not
soft.
men.
Dude.
When to me as a woman, you should want your man to show feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You should want him to express to you his hurt or his dissatisfaction with you.
Yeah.
Because that means that if something was really going on, he would be able to talk to
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He would
Yeah.
be able to open up to you about it.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to constantly guess, because let's be honest, a lot of women who are married and or dating and their mate doesn't communicate with them, they're constantly trying to guess what's going on in
Trying to
his
figure
head.
it out. They're trying to figure him out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which all of that can be trumped if they were more receptive to his feelings.
Yep.
And not only
Dude,
that,
I've been that dude all my life. People look at me like, man, Alan good. Alan got it going on.
Right.
It's been the past 5, 6, 7 years that all my homeboys been like, Alan's the emotional guy. Like, he's the emotional guy. You know what I've been doing? I've been expressing my emotions
Right.
for past 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Because I've realized pretty much all my life, I never have.
Yeah.
right.
And I'm telling you, man, it's so soothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be that dude. Like, yep, I'm passionate about what I say.
Yeah.
I'm emotional. I got a lot going on.
But because I remember the conversation you and I had one night on my way to work, I called you and I was asking you to do something, you know, and it was about your marriage, and you like, you know, yeah, bro, we'll probably consider that. I was like, okay, well, just let me know, because it was this other show I was, working on, and then like literally probably 5-10 minutes later.
Oh, that's a show you wanted me to come on as a couple
right.
show.
You know
Yeah, like,
so he called me back and was like, hey, bro, I mean, I just gotta let you know, bro, like it's over. I was like, what you mean over? Because last time I seen you, bro, you seemed like you was happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my assumption was, everything's good. So I'm thinking about marrying people.
So you gonna do the show?
Right. The show I brought you on. So I'm thinking about hey, see, okay, I know he married. You know what I'm saying? They've been together, so let me hit him up. But you just never know. So then the conversation him and I had, he was like, bro, we gotta do this more often. My mindset was like, hey, I'm saying, you know what? Hey, he needed somebody he can talk to, because, bro, like, that lets you know, what I'm saying, everything that we expressed that night, I'm like, it's crazy. Had you talked to your wife like that and she understood you, y'all still be together. Right. But you didn't pay attention to that. Right. I'm saying, because you thought, okay, he ain't got no feelings. Right. He should just basically...
He a man.
I'm saying, he a man, so he should just be able to, everything that, this weight that's on his shoulders, I'm saying, and that's the one thing I tell women all the time. Number one, when you first come out the womb, weight on your shoulders. Right. You black. Yeah. Wait on
and
your shoulders.
we're male.
Day one. And you're a male.
I told my boys the same thing.
I'm saying? Yeah. So then the thing about it is, we always look for that woman, okay? We don't need you to lift the weight, because the weight heavy, okay?
Right.
But we need you to ease our mind to the fact that we don't mind carrying the weight.
Right.
We're going to always carry the weight. Like, any building you see, there's beams here, right? Like, there's beams that hold up this roof. Like, we're the beams. We're the beam. We're going to always be the beam. Right. You know? But being the beam, you still need some support. You still need some emotional support. You know, the physical support you're gonna need, but you need that emotional support to keep you going, to keep you following through. And you know, as beams, like we got to know that weight is gonna be on our shoulders.
So you saying that you need your mate to help build you up.
You need that encouragement.
Yeah.
You need that encouragement.
Motivation is very important.
Yeah,
I would say definitely. I didn't realize how, I won't say important, but how good or relieving that was until, you've had it, right? Because let's be honest, like when we're dating, we always do man stuff. Right? We're strong, we quietly hurt, and we just take care of business.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you meet somebody who is kind of in tune with you, and they know how you usually are, and they see, okay, he like here when he normally be here, and they start to ask questions like, babe, you good? You straight? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus somebody who doesn't do that, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's foreign, so it's like, should I tell her? Should I not tell her? You know what I'm saying?
It'll make you go against the grain.
It will.
Boy. It'll make you go against the grain.
I'm going to look in the camera and say this, man, because like I said, ladies need to understand this. If you have a man that's able to talk to you and shed tears while he talk to you, that means he trusts you.
Let him do it.
That means he trusts you.
Ladies.
A lot of men ain't just going to come out and just cry.
Right.
Okay. Matter of fact, not calling him out, but since we on the show, and this is my little brother, I'm saying the show that I did with him, I'm saying, like, I gained the utmost respect for Rico when he basically told his story and he cried. They both cried. I'm like, to me, that's special.
It is.
It let me know this brother hurts, but he has a wife that if he cries, she's there, like, you know what, baby, you know what I'm saying? I know the weight is heavy, but, we going to get through this. Yeah. I'm saying, and I feel like every man looks for that because, look, come on, let's be honest. Don't nobody want to cry, I'm saying, but at the same time, if you got somebody that you basically could break down and feel like, it's number one, it's healing, okay?
It is.
And we need that because that pain inside, we carry it for so long.
And it's strong.
If you got somebody that you basically can just vent to and break down and not be judged.
Right. That's the biggest thing, not being judged, because again, we're men, so we're looked at differently.
Yeah.
Right. So we're supposed to be these strong pillars.
Yeah.
The picture that I always have in my mind is the guy that's holding the globe up.
That-
Right.
Yeah.
Holding
That's
it up.
right. That's right.
Even though he on one knee, he ain't laying flat.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
still showing strength, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we're supposed to be as men.
Mm-hmm.
And just because we cry or we open up or, you know, we show vulnerability doesn't mean that we're not strong.
Right.
I think that shows even more strength being able to do that stuff.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, being,
even though with your boys, you be like, why you crying?
Right.
Yeah.
We gonna pick,
right,
but
right,
you know we gonna
It's
be
just that
there. We
tough
gonna hold you
love.
up. Yeah, tough love.
It's that tough love. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be able to do that because if not, nobody's around here RoboCop.
Right.
Nobody Terminator around here.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
we're not machines, man. We human beings. We people. We have emotions. We have feelings. You know, all of those things.
And you
You
come
know?
across a homeboy that's like that, you need to check on him.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely,
You
man.
really need
There's
to
nothing
check on
wrong
him.
with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I think we as men, we need to do more of that. I'm
Right.
saying like,
Oh, yeah.
because I feel like basically, I'm saying when you got a homeboy that checks on you. I'm saying you ain't got to do it every day. I'm saying, but every now and then, if that person cross your mind, hit him up. Hey, Coop, hey, you good, bro? I'm saying, I know you been, and, you know, we ain't chat up in a while. Just check and make sure you good. Like I'm saying, it brings back to that conversation that you and I had. If I would have never called AC, I would have never known AC was going through that.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
nobody would.
I'm saying,
Right.
Nobody would.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
nobody
saying?
would.
I mean, we
Yeah.
operate in privacy.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely wouldn't have thought, you know what? And then, same thing with Rico. I'm saying, until he came on the show, I'm saying, my boy happy, this, that, and the third. I ain't never know he went through nothing like that. But for him to break down like that and share his story and be man enough to do it
Right.
on TV, I'm saying,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You can't have but the utmost respect. And then
True.
it not only does that show the type of man he is, but then the people that's around him shit, like, you know what? Hey, because I'm saying we in the gym a lot. I know how tough he is.
Right.
But for you to break down, I'm like, you know what? That dude, he does have an emotional side.
Right.
So you
Like
gotta have that
I've
emotional
done that. Like you know, we all have certain people that we like deal with a certain way, right? Like we cool with, close with, whatever. Even if you're not close with. Like I had people that were going through situations and not being nosy or nothing, just reach out to them like, "Hey, you straight? You want to talk?" Hey, I always got an ear.
Never know.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know.
You never know where that conversation to go.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know, man. The thing is, like, and it's crazy because a lot of people be going through some of the same stuff.
Right.
But nobody ever knows it because nobody ever opens up about it. Everybody's always tough. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I want to say I appreciate like this group here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, of course I've known forever now.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm just now meeting y'all and you know what I'm saying, y'all my boys now too,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, Alan was listening to me when I was talking last week. And then he, you know what I'm saying, reached out me on the side, said, "Hey, Rico, you know what I'm saying, you good. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? You
right.
know I'm here to talk to you, and I really appreciate him.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for that.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, that like that's my new brother.
Right, right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he reached out to me on a real emotional tip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We men,
Right.
Right.
but again, we can be emotional too. And I was
Right,
like, dang, I said, this brother, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm really just meeting him.
Right.
Like we haven't really had a chance to hang out
Like
you know what I'm
that,
saying, a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this dude really fit, you know what I'm saying? He saw that I was going through something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he took out his time in the day to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Reached out to me and said, hey, man, you good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know what you're feeling, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
thank him for that. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
You know what I'm saying?
that means a lot, man. Black men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta
Black
do it.
men.
We
It's
gotta
okay
do
to do that, brothers.
it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta.
It's
do it.
okay to reach out to your homeboy if you see he going through some stuff.
Oh,
You ain't gotta be
yeah.
hard.
Holla at your folk,
be
man.
hard. No.
We always be saying we boy, oh, that's my boy this, that's my boy that. But when your boy needs you, you ain't nowhere around.
That's right.
It's okay to do that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
All it takes
That's
is a
fine.
second. All it takes is a second.
That's it.
And
And we done chopped it up. We done went and had dinner,
Man,
sat and talked.
Come on.
Hey, you
man.
good, my boy?
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't trying to be nosed. I just want to make sure you good.
Right. And then and where did that conversation go? Like it just went, right?
It just went, man.
You know,
And,
it's
and,
like-
and let's not forget bro code after bro code. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, we always had that now.
Listen, because I'm here to tell you.
Bro code cold uncut.
Right. When we first started this, man, I was an emotional wreck.
Yeah, we all had baggage.
I was an emotional wreck. And the thing about it is, my main thing was like, you know what? I'm saying, like, I gotta be strong because, like I said, it's a show I done came up. I can't be one to be breaking all down every show.
Right.
You cry too much. I'm saying, but then at the same time, you know, it's therapeutic. But then when the show over and we off camera, I'm saying, you guys was like, hey, bro, I'm saying, the topic we talked about is deeper than that.
Yeah.
So then on listening to your story, I'm like, hold up. Like, so y'all know what I'm going through.
Right, we all
like,
been
there. So now
you got to think about all these stories, right? We all got stories, right?
Everybody, yeah.
But they're going to be similar.
Right.
We're going to go through the same thing.
We are.
Because we men.
Right, but just different. So, well, I have to truly give you guys thanks because, bro, listen, from day one of Bro Code to now, bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you, but I know the growth is there. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we definitely know the growth is there.
The growth is there, boy. The healing definitely is there.
Oh, man, it's good.
So my mindset is totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it took, like I said, we as black men need to understand. Sometimes it takes that. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a life full of secrets thinking that you're the only one go through that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like that's what the most important part of this podcast is, being able to be black men, not just men, black men who can sit in the same room and express, you know what I'm saying, your feelings and motivation on certain topics, to be able to just let other black men, it's okay for you to be able to do that. You might not be on Bro Code. You might have your own way of reaching out to people. So, and then that's why I feel like we are, an example to other men, to let them know, listen, bro, if you want to cry, it's okay.
Yeah.
If it's something that's on your mind, guess what? You might not be able to express it, but we're going to express it on Bro Code.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to talk about it. Because my thing, and if you're watching, hopefully we giving you a blueprint on how you should handle it.
Yeah. And us as brothers, man, we got to make it comfortable for us to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like, we have to make it comfortable for us to talk to each other. Yeah. Because I'll be honest with you, I lost one of my closest friends, actually my cousin. I lost one of my closest friends by not being able to open up to him. So I kept something that I knew about him, I kept it to myself because I wasn't comfortable talking to him. And it messed up our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So we as men, we gotta be able to be real with each other no matter what.
And our spouse and our mates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We gotta be able to pull each other to the side and be like, hey, bro, whatever. Hey, let's chop it up for a minute.
That's it. You gotta be able to do it. Yeah.
And even if it's messy sometimes, like, people don't like some people like to deal in mess. Some people don't like, look, bro, this is what's being said.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I'm not coming to you with I believe it or I don't. I'm just coming to you with, this is what was said.
Exactly.
And I agree with something that you said.
And we have to be cool with being able to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And
gotta be
like
cool.
I said, not just between us, even with the person, like you said, the person you choose. If I really can't come to you and sit down with you and express to you how I'm feeling emotionally, how I'm feeling mentally, especially how I'm feeling physically, you know what I'm saying, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I want to make it comfortable for you to be able to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said with this topic, you know what I'm saying, I want to be that guy that has that patience. If you going through something, if you dealing with school, if it's something that's basically, you feel like, I thought I wanted to do this nursing thing, or I thought I wanted, you know what I'm saying, be this doctor, but now my mind changed. I ain't gonna be that dude to say, you know what, man, you done spent like $50,000 in that, you know what I'm saying, and now you don't want to do it. That's stupid. No, I'm not gonna be that dude. Right. My question gonna be like, you know what, baby, you know what?
Let's figure it out.
Sometimes it's changed. Let's figure this thing out.
Yeah.
Okay,
where
so
are you comfortable at?
If you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, be that doctor, okay, we ain't looking at the fact you spent $50,000. We ain't looking at that, okay? We looking at the fact that
I would be looking at that.
I ain't looking at $50,000. That $50,000 ain't just gonna go down.
But
come on, tighten
you gotta
up.
get something equivalent.
Right.
But that's money. That's money that she have to eventually pay back.
But
at the same time,
y'all might end up paying back.
Yeah, it's not on her own. Because once you get married, that's her bills and your bills.
But at the same time, guess what? That just lets you know, okay, I had your back. So if I fall in that same category,
right,
you should. Hopefully, you're gonna have the same aspect like I did.
Right.
So can anybody, you know what I'm saying? So this is wide open. Can anybody think of a time when they tore their mate down, and they think back now, it would have been probably, you know what I'm saying, y'all should have built them up instead of tearing them down.
I'll be the first. I'll be the first.
Your hand went up quick.
He was serious.
I
thought y'all was gonna wait and think about it for a second. You know what I'm saying? So you good? Let's go, man.
I'll be honest with you, man. Like I was in a 12-year marriage.
Yeah,
I was in a 12-year marriage, and I gave y'all my scenario. Y'all know, like, you know, I was waiting for her. I saw her potential and everything like that. But in the midst, in year 6, 7. I'm like, what's going on now? Like, we at a standstill. And, you know, and for me, I don't like complacency. I've never been in a place of complacency. I left home at 18 and I never looked back.
Bro,
you know?
we built different.
Exactly. We built different. So it's like we
different.
keep moving, we keep progressing.
Right.
You know, I married somebody that came from home and, you know, she moved into my house with a child and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing? You know, so year 6, 7. All right, what are we doing?
This is a 6, 7 of marriage or
Of
6, 7
marriage. This is year 6, 7 of marriage. This is really like 10 years of being together, knowing each other. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing?
Right.
So now I'm starting to get impatient. I'm starting to get, you know, a little ignorant. Like, all right, you know what? Goddamn, you
A little irritated. Yeah.
So I'm making shy remarks. I'm calling out her name, like, you know. And if I could take all that back, I would.
Yeah. Maybe the outcome would be different.
Yeah. Could I be a little bit more patient? Could I be a little bit more motivative and supportive?
Yeah.
So so I hear what you're saying, but Ron, year 6, 7, how do you feel like your motivating should have been different? Because Ron, 6 or 7, if you, I'm sitting here watching you, and you ain't doing nothing. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, where do I start with a motivator? So it's 6 to 7. We could be thinking 6 to 7 years.
You could be passive aggressive. You could be like, you know what? I see where this is going. I see the responsibilities on my plate. Let me just go ahead and take responsibility of everything and carry the weight. And that's where I kind of went wrong. You don't carry the weight. You motivate.
Right.
You set boundaries. You set boundaries like, you know what? All right, if this is where we at right now, well, we ain't taking these trips.
Okay.
Right.
We ain't having these big Christmases.
Okay.
We not doing certain things. I didn't set those boundaries.
Okay.
So to your question, is there something I could have did different? Set those boundaries.
Right.
I didn't set them. I kept the lifestyle. I kept, you know what I'm saying, like what my kids are used to.
But that's what you work hard for, right?
That's what I worked hard for.
That's what you went to school for. That's what you saw for yourself.
That's what I saw for myself. So
Right.
I can't. But was that the right move? Looking back, no. I should have set some boundaries. Like, okay, look, if this is where we want to go, and we need to go there together, there's certain boundaries I got to set. And that livelihood that we had, that my family was always used to, I say, you know what? I'll just do it. And whenever you get yours, you get yours. And then now here we go, another 6, 7 years. So that next 6 or 7 years, okay, it hit the fan.
Right.
You know, and it was a problem that led to divorce.
Right.
You know?
I would say, yeah, I did the same thing. But I feel like with mine, it was more of, and I have to be man enough to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It was more of, okay, I've been here by myself. Finally, I got somebody that I can share this with. You know, the loneliness.
Right.
I don't have to be lonely no more. Okay.
Hey,
And
get a dog, man.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we basically, you know what I'm saying, overlook.
He ain't
You know
catch
what I'm saying? No, I missed that one. I'm saying the fact of the man, I'm like, okay, I got a beautiful woman I'm helping out.
Right.
But at the same time, okay, because Coop, I agree with you. One of my love languages is quality time. So you go to quality time because you here every day. Okay? But at the same time, when that load start getting heavy, and I'm looking at these bills I'm paying, on top of the fact of, and I'm looking at the camera and say this, don't nothing make you more mad as far as to tear somebody down, is when you see they don't appreciate it. That's where the tearing down comes in. Okay, if you that person that you doing male or female, okay, you doing everything for your man. You making sure I'm saying he got food. You making sure his dinner is cooked or whatever. I'm saying, and then you don't slate over the stove all day. He come home and he don't even have a conversation. He just take the plate and throw it in the refrigerator. Like you looking like, hold up, man. I'm saying I did all this to try to make sure that you can come home to a hot meal to ease your mind, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you don't even appreciate it. Same thing with us. I'm saying I done put all this work into paying for you to go to school. Put all this work in, I'm saying, these 6-7 years, put all this time into trying to motivate you, trying to help you, saying, thinking that, we can move forward. And then at this time, I'm looking at you like, I did all this and you don't even appreciate it. So the tearing down is gonna begin. When you know for a fact that you don't appreciate all the work that I'm putting into it.
Because let's be honest, the tearing down is the hurt. It's the anger.
Is.
So it's the acting out.
It's acting out. It's a reaction.
It's the reaction of she don't appreciate what I've tried to do here. Yeah. So now we finna take another avenue.
Yeah.
And that's the human part. That's those feelings that we have that's the way we express them.
And then on top of that, I think with me, I have to speak for me personally. The part that I hate the most about being me is the fact of everything that I've been through. When you really find somebody that's actually genuine, that's different, you don't know how to take them because you feel like they're going to do the same exact thing. So your mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? It's like you roll a little bit at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because like, okay, I'm going to take these 2 steps, but I'm going to see how you're going to move when I make those 2 steps. You know what I'm saying? And she might be like, you know what? I move 5 steps, you only moving 2. What we got going on? You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to be cautious. Why you being cautious? I ain't did nothing to you. Yeah, you didn't do nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the previous 5 did. So now I'm thinking, hey, I ain't saying you like the 5, but at the same time, I'm being cautious. Right. And is that really a good thing?
And you started that off with saying hate. And that's one of the words I pride myself on never saying. Hate. I'm trying to raise my boys. Don't ever say hate, because when you, as a man, when you get hate, and I know that probably was a figure of speech, but when you have hate in your heart, it makes you react a certain way. So if you take hate out of your vocabulary, it will help you with your reaction, your response to certain things. True. So I'm seeing here as your brother, like he probably just used the word hate. He probably didn't think he probably didn't realize he said it, but try to take hate out of your vocabulary.
But it's real for some people. Like some people really use that word and they live or die by it.
They live it. Right.
Like they don't care. Like they don't.
Man, if we can take hate out of our vocabulary, because it really makes us react and respond a certain way that us as black men don't need to do.
Right.
So us and everybody, every man out there listening, take hate out of your vocabulary.
Sometimes it's hard.
It is. It's definitely hard.
Especially if you've been burnt deep.
It's
right.
But it's something we gotta work on. Something we gotta work on. We gotta take hate out of. We gotta take it.
I can tell you. I hate somebody, right? And the reason I hate them is because I've been knowing this person since I was like 12 years old, right? So I hate them because you know what I'm saying. I met back up with them later in life. We kind of went through elementary school together and stuff like that. But this person, when I saw him again, I was getting married, right? And I was, I ran into them. They did production type stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting married or whatever. And they said, oh, I want to shoot the wedding for you, right? And I'm like, I said, well, I'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, I'll pay for it or whatever. Then he kept saying, no. I want to do it for you, right? Shot the wedding, right? 1 month go past, no video. 2 months go past, no video, right? And he kept going, right? And I said, yo, what's up with the video? And he was like, well, I got customers that's paying. I said, yo, I said from the beginning, I will pay, right? And long story short, he was upset because after we got together after so much time that I didn't add him to my wedding, right? And so the video is, I got it. The video is terrible, right? But this is something that I can never go back
and fix. Yeah,
we do.
Fix, right? Yeah. And my wife was so upset, right? Because this happened, right? So I ended up paying them for this terrible video, right? That we don't even look at. We looked at it one time, right?
Just to see it.
And then the hurt on her face, I want to choke him out, right? And so me and him, like I can't Like we can't be in the same room. We don't talk. We got mutual friends,
Right.
and we don't talk no more because I still got to like this is. I've been married 11 years. I still got a misunderstanding.
Let me.
Right,
Like still right now.
Right.
Now,
And
Rico,
it's 11 years, and so I'm gonna say right now. I mean, I don't like the dude.
Yeah, but you don't. hate him.
Not Rico.
No.
You don't hate him.
Nah. Me and him. If we was in this room, it'd be some stuff moving. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bust up my man's studio.
But
you know what I'm saying? For sure.
You know, as men,
Yeah, we gotta pay for that.
You know, as men,
We gotta pay for that. Right, we gotta pay for
two
that.
men can get
It's
in a
the
fist
clause.
fight. Two men can get in a fist fight, and a fist fight could be respect amongst two men. But then two men can get in a fist fight, and it's hate involved.
That's
and
what
guess
it'll
what?
be.
Oh,
Somebody
goddamn.
finna die.
Man,
Somebody finna be hurt real bad.
So this is. I saw how bad my wife was hurting.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't replace it. It's
Like
not like
That's the biggest thing.
it's not like you can go back and say, hey, let's
Right,
do
right.
this day again.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Time is the most important thing that we have.
True
right?
statement.
And so he basically took a special time with me and my wife.
Right.
He took it away. We have it on film, but it's not how it's supposed to be. So one of my other friends, I went to his wedding, and he had a helicopter come in, flying in Atlanta, and all this kind of stuff. And I saw this video. Then I saw another one of my friends' videography, right? And when I see other people's video right today, if you get married, any of y'all get married, and I see y'all video, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, Wade did the video for me, right? I'm like, man, that's cool.
Right.
But I'm mad.
I was about to say you mad. You still on fire.
That's my trigger, and I like today. I don't know how to fix it. So if y'all know how to fix it, like if I was able to bring him in and y'all can help me fix it,
I'm not bringing it in.
Right.
First of all,
We can't.
we're not gonna bring him in.
no topic on no bringing him in. Never.
Right.
can't fix it, man.
Can't fix it.
I might say that's probably one of the situations that you have a right to be in.
Yeah, that's your wedding day. That's it.
But that's not because that's not for you. And weddings aren't for men; they're for women.
Different women.
Let's just be honest.
I don't know, man, bro.
Weddings are for women.
No. So my wife has been married before.
And it was your first time.
In my first
But
time.
even still,
And she was like, "Oh, we can just do something." I said, "Nah, man, I want to party."
So the wedding was
okay.
for you.
You know
That
what I'm saying?
wedding was for you.
Man, my best friend Joe. I hope you watching, Joe. Man, he had to get my tux after the wedding, so you could just wring it out.
with water.
Your boy was Hennessy'd up after once I was partying at my wedding, right? You know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I'm saying? Forget it. I actually sung at my wedding because my uncle, he was doing the DJing or whatever, and it was a John Legend song or whatever, right? And it started skipping. I said, cut it. Sung to my wife,
That's what's up.
right? And then we was partying, we was dancing. They couldn't even take pictures because I wouldn't stop moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was exciting for me. You know what I'm saying? So that was something
I
that
got
was,
you. Yeah,
that I wanted captured. Right. And it wasn't captured the way I wanted to.
I feel you, bro.
Right. So I might be emotional. Like
No.
you say it's for women. But that was my wedding.
That was
I
feel you, bro. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I put that was my money. I put some other money too, but I put my money in.
Right.
So,
But you know what though? Like I said, the cool thing about it is it just goes to show you, saying that it's certain things that once again that women feel like it's for y'all, it's for us too.
Right.
I'm saying, so that's why you're saying that's why it's to me it's most important, man, that when it comes to motivating your mate, I'm saying building them up, I'm saying. Like I said, to me, the key word that sticks out to this topic is patience. I'm saying I definitely have a lot of that. Okay, the problem I run into is the ones that don't.
True.
So that's where the problem comes in. At.
Oh, you got a lot of patience.
Yeah, I got a lot of
You
patience.
got a lot of patience.
I'm saying, trust me,
We
too
know
much
O got a
patience.
lot of patience.
Right, too much patience. Okay, but I'm working on that. Okay, but at the same time, you know, I look at it like this right here. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to a friend of mine that just told me this the other day, and she was like, "I'm saying you can't change who you are.
True.
The people that basically did you the way they did it, they're the one that's losing because they're losing you.
True statement.
So you shouldn't change who you are because people don't know how to come in and see the blessing that you are.
Right.
So I challenge all men and women. I'm saying if you basically had that motivating spirit and have that spirit to be able to build people up, don't change who you are.
Right.
Just understand that everybody that you try to give that skill set or try to be there for may not be that person that you really gonna be reciprocated for.
True.
Right.
That's a true statement. Everybody's not the person that is privy to that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't get that version of you.
Right.
Because everybody's not necessarily entitled to it. And so I think that's a big problem where we are who we are, and then because we get in situations that person didn't appreciate us, this person didn't appreciate us. So now coming up to the third person, you're not finna get that version of me.
Right.
And we can't do that.
Right.
We gotta continue to be who we are.
That's one of the things that I work on as a man on a daily basis.
True statement.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to be that person, like, you know what? That person burnt me. That person burnt me. Okay. This person knew. Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and take that hurt from this person, that person, and put on you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like the bro code of this whole thing is basically, hey, you know what I'm saying, you have to motivate people how you want someone to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? If you know that basically you have that passion and that patience to want to see somebody do good, that you would want them to do the same thing for you. And that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So, you know, shouts out to Instagram,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, our Facebook people, that's going to be our time.
Yeah.
Once again, we're going to give a shout out to my boy G-Wade at G-Wade Studios.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's Bro Code.
Thanks everybody
See
for
you guys
watching.
next Sunday.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
2 fingers.
Bro code, bro code.
Bro code, we in new mode, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Bro code. Don't break bro code. Bro code. We in that mode.